Now, I don't know if this is the same guy I've watched before or not, the one with the Tacoma.
Right on. Most people are still at work or just getting off work, so there's a lot of prime real estate to park in right now, which is good.
You hear what he just said? Most people are just getting off of work, so there's a lot of prime real estate to park in right now. Prime real estate. Not Walmart, but you look where he is. Fucking, it's all houses and shit.
This is Buttle. Just
See?
looking for a quiet road that I can park off the side on. Most people are still at work or just getting off work, so...
Just looking for a quiet road I can park on. Most people are still at work or just getting off work. Look, there's a fucking house right there.
There's a lot of prime real estate to park in right now, which is good.
So this guy, this will do, pulls up in suburbia next to someone's house. You can see the driveways and shit of other houses on the side there.
This spot'll do.
See, front tree in the front yard. Watch. See driveways.
Make this
So he gets in there. I'll show that part again. He goes, make this quick.
Make this quick.
Houses. Either side. You think, rightio, okay, he's going to get in there and sleep. Nah, well, first off...
Alright, I'm all set up for stuff. All you add will go a long way.
He's on the laptop.
Get a little bit of work done here for the time being.
Rightio, so he whips the apple open. Now, you can't fucking make this up. You can't fucking make this up. What's that? You know what that is. That's what you plug the microphone into for a speaker system. But it gets better.
My work, I like to sit back and play a little guitar for a while.
Play a little guitar for a while. So we're sitting next to someone's house. We've got to plug in the goddamn guitar and start playing guitar. Now, is this stealth camping or is this I'm going to wake the fucking neighbourhood up camping? Like, the thing is, they're not all asleep, but how far do you think you're going to get being stealth, playing a fucking guitar as the people who live in the houses around you are coming home from work and you're sitting there going all fucking Jimi Hendrix on them, for God's sake? But I'm pretty certain it doesn't end there, although I haven't watched much further. Oh, yes, what do you know? Get the big Samsung TV out. Oh, yeah, what do you know? Fucking Xbox. Yep.
One thing you want to make sure of while doing this is that the TV volume is low. Because remember, we're trying
Oh, well, yeah. You got to make sure the TV volume's low. But you weren't using earmuffs when you were playing guitar. You had a goddamn fucking speaker 9 inches tall when you were playing guitar. Now he's playing some fucking bullshit, probably by EA Sports or something. Oh, God. You know, why don't you just invite the fucking tranny in like Elvis as well or something like that, or start watching porn on the laptop? Fuck me. You know, some of these guys and they're fucking stealth camping. I mean, you couldn't fucking make it up. I don't think, I'm just scrolling through the rest of this video, I don't think there's much more. Oh, here he's going to get out by the looks. Let's see what this entails. Oh, yeah, rightio. In case everyone couldn't see all the reflective stuff on the back of the fucking your tailgate hatch. And now we're going to fucking get rolling. Oh, thank God. Fucking hell, they're probably going to sit there going, well, fucking, thank God that cunt stopped playing guitar, stop playing Xbox, stop watching pornos, stop fucking bang, boom, bomb, you know. Fuck me, I mean, what part of stealth is playing a fucking guitar in suburbia, houses either side? It's not like there's Walmart one side and houses the other side, or fucking Home Depot or Lowe's some bullshit one side and houses the other side, or fucking, you know, car dealerships one side and houses the other side, you know. I tell you what, like, these people, and this guy if this is the same one I was watching before, he almost consistently parks in suburbia, which is supposed to be a big no-no, according to anyone else in the van-dwelling community. Don't do that. Like Van Life Van City says, don't be a dick and park in front of some old lady's house, because then she will call the cops. You know? What's this guy do nearly every time? You know, bang, in front of fucking houses. Oh, looking for a nice street here. Yeah, you know, with someone's wife fucking peering out the window saying, what the fuck bullshit's this? You know, you might as well just pull out the front of their house in the fucking rape van. You know. Anyway, I think, you know, like, I've seen certain areas that I could probably be going in, but there's particular areas in the capital, and there's one suburb or several suburbs there where they seem to have a huge amount of parks. Like, when you get on Google Maps and you look at all this shit from above, you're like, fuck me. How do you like, there's a park here, and then you cut through another block of fucking houses or whatever, and you 1 or 2 blocks of houses later, there's another fucking park. Honestly, it's like 150 yards from one park to the next. And of course, each of these parks, well, they have their own little car park area, don't they? So, you know, it's, yeah, you're sort of across from someone's houses, but often enough it's like a block of flats or townhouses or whatever, but I'm not saying not always, but it's sort of like as though, well, here's a whole fucking big car park thing for people who want to take their dog for a walk to park the car in, people who want to take the kids to play on the swing sets and all that, to park, you know, and if you sort of just slip in there when it's already fucking dark, no one's got to really notice, you know, because it's not A, bright shining sunlight, and B, houses each side. You know, when you actually got a park that's across the road from houses, and, you know, some of these things there, you know, there'll be a park that's a government-owned park backed on the back of a government-owned school, which, you know, is backed on the back of that. You know, you have the school oval, then the fucking dog park or whatever, and the, you know, the car park on the side of that. You know, there's other ones I've seen that are like, you know, like local tennis courts and shit like that. And some of these, Google Maps is so good that when you look in, a lot of this is taken, it looks like about 3 o'clock in the afternoon or something, and you can see the shadows. So you can actually see, if you can't see the actual gate, you can see the shadow of the gates that are open. So some of these are gated, and they're just like they open the gates for every week when they have the tennis matches, and then they close them again. So they're no good. But there's other ones where it's just like fully a local council, you know, like a county-owned park, and there's no sort of a separate quasi-entity or community group ran by a handful of individuals, you know, who've got gates on the front of all this shit, you know. So you can sort of, you can go quite well like that. We also have, and this is not really applicable to the capital, I'm not saying it's not completely, because I've seen a lot of funny little bits you don't expect where trucks pull off just to retighten all their straps and that. Now, for those of you who don't drive trucks, it doesn't happen with all stuff. It sort of depends what your load is, and also how well it's bloody loaded to begin with. It sort of does apply quite a bit to some of the stuff that I'm loading on the trucks. And, you know, previously in my apprenticeship, it really applied. And that's where I sort of was told about it and sort of, you know, come to sort of understand it, was dealing with steel I-beams and stuff like that. And I reckon you get about 10, 12 Ks out, you know, you hit a few bumps and whatnot, and the load sort of shakes in together, and it's sort of, the straps go a bit loose because anything that wasn't tightly put together, if you got one on each side, it'll rattle itself in together, and then you got to retighten your straps. And there's all these areas that, you know, a lot of it is just a bit of gravel off the side of the road, and trucks pull up there and retighten all the straps and move on. And there's, once you get out, especially that time I went up to see fucking Teabag up in fucking northern New South Wales, a lot of truck stops. And they're not actually like gas stations. These are like truck sleeping areas made by the government. So you pull off, and in fact half of them, honestly 3/4 of them are actually fucking sealed road still, and maybe 1/4 of them are just gravel, and you can pull off, and sometimes they'll have, if you're very lucky, they'll have toilets, but don't be terribly surprised if you can at least find like a tap to fill up your water tanks or whatever, and there might be, there's often a couple rubbish bins and maybe a park bench or two. There's quite often rubbish bins and park benches, and occasionally, you know, you'll get taps, but it's sort of, they do have them, I'm told, but you ain't going to find a great ton of toilets at these places. And they're just a little patch off a major highway, and you just literally, you know, truck rest area they'll have written up. And you'll pull up there during the middle of the day and you go, okay, yeah, stretch my legs because I've been driving for like 5 hours straight or whatever. So you stretch your legs, you know, you have a drink of water or whatever, and you chuck a bit of rubbish in the bin, and you'll look, and there's all these big rigs sitting there, and the guys are asleep in them because they're going to get back on the road at night sort of thing or whatever, or they've been on the road half of the previous night sort of thing. And, you know, areas like that, they're freaking brilliant because it's actually made for people to pull up and sleep, you know, but not so many of them in the capital, but all these other idiots pulling up in the middle of fucking suburbs. Like, what are you doing? Bloody idiots, you know. That's the sort of shit you want, you know, when you want the fucking cops tapping on the window, you know. Anyway,